As we delve into the annals of history, we discover that societal norms and etiquette rules have drastically evolved over time. Who knew a spoon could cause such drama? Let's journey back and explore some of the peculiar and amusing customs of yesteryears. You're invited to a grand feast in Tudor England, but there's a catch. You must bring your own cutlery. In those days, it was considered impolite to arrive at a banquet without your own spoon. Guests would dutifully carry their cutlery to avoid offending their host. Fast forward to the dawn of air travel. Comfort was not the priority. Instead, passengers dressed to impress. Men donned suits and neckties, while women wore elegant dresses and heels. Dressing casually for a flight was deemed offensive and distasteful. In the Victorian era, courtship was a complex dance, governed by strict rules and formalities. To express their feelings, couples would exchange tussie-mussies, small bouquets of flowers. Each flower carried a specific meaning, creating a secret language of love and emotions. Have you ever wondered why people in old photographs never smiled? It wasn't because they were unhappy or lacked a sense of humor. Rather, the etiquette of the day dictated a serious expression for photographs. Smiling, especially for women, was considered suggestive and inappropriate. In the 1800s, ladies were expected to always wear gloves in public, even during the sweltering summer months. However, the real faux pas was to put on gloves in public. This was considered as shameful as adjusting one's corset or undergarments in full view of others. In the 18th and 19th centuries, men often resolved disputes through duels. But it wasn't as simple as drawing a pistol and firing. Duels had their own etiquette rules, including a written challenge, an honorable reason, and an attempt at resolution before the duel. And of course, discretion was paramount. After all, the first rule of duels was, you don't talk about duels. In the Victorian era, mourning wasn't simply an emotional process, but a complex set of etiquette rules that dictated the duration and conduct during the period of grief. Depending on one's relationship to the deceased, mourning could last from a few months to several years, with each phase bringing its own set of restrictions. In the 15th and 16th centuries, well-mannered men didn't just wear their hearts on their sleeves, but their masculinity on their codpieces. These decorative crotch covers became a symbol of virility and status when tunics shortened and left them exposed. But remember, ladies, it was considered vulgar to stare. Edwardian dinner parties were far from the lively affairs we imagine today. They were governed by a rigid set of rules that determined everything from seating arrangements to when guests could speak. Women in particular were expected to embody demureness and soft-spokenness, with conversation limited to the gentleman seated to their right. In the Victorian era, a bride's entourage wasn't simply her closest friends or sisters. It was a carefully curated group of young women who closely resembled the bride in height, age, and even hair color. Older sisters or those with a wrinkle or two need not apply. Etiquette rules of the past were quite specific about where a man should stand in relation to a woman. Whether it was walking down a sidewalk, sitting for a formal dinner, or ascending a staircase. Each scenario had its own set of rules designed to protect and uphold a woman's modesty. Victorian ladies, regardless of their singing prowess, were often called upon to entertain guests at social gatherings. Refusing such a request was considered terribly rude and a reflection of poor upbringing. But fear not, ladies. Etiquette rules also required guests to respond with praise, irrespective of the quality of the performance. While the etiquette rules of the past may seem archaic by our modern standards, they played a crucial role in reflecting and reinforcing the societal norms of their time. As we look back, these rules offer a fascinating glimpse into the formal and often complex social fabric of our ancestors. If you like this video, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and learn more about how we enhance history.